Earth Machine are getting some support in, I believe the set is, Blazing Domain, I believe is what it's called, which is the core set after Burst Protocol, so basically in 2 sets. Okay, so the first thing we have Heavy Knight Babel Decker, which is a level 10 Earth Machine effect monster. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn. You can normal summon this card without tributing. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon an Earth Machine monster from your hand. If your opponent activated a card or effect this turn, you can special summon a rank 10 Earth Machine monster from your extra deck using this card you control as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. My first thought when I saw this was, okay, easy level 10 monster to get onto the field, which is good. I was worried it would conflict with other normal summons in the deck, but then I read the second effect, which I believe the other Earth Machine normal summons remind me. Some of them, do they all work on normal and special? Like, is it fine to just special them from hand with this? I think the only one that might not work is Gear Frame. Yeah, I was thinking Gear Frame doesn't work, but I don't even know if Gear Frame is the one that you still play. Maybe, with this one, it would be pretty bad to play Gear Frame, I guess. Infinitrax, they do work. Okay. This card seems okay. I'm not, like, blown away by it, though. It's, like, fine, right? It's nothing too crazy. It does punish the opponent for hand trapping your other stuff, right? Like, but in, like, a cool way, I guess, because you're not straight up, like, you're not negating the hand trap or whatever. It's just like, if you hand trap me, then I can rank up, which I guess is cool. Yeah, okay. Not a bad start, but not an amazing start either. It extends if you special it from deck. Yeah, it could be an option to summon it from deck and then get more stuff out of your hand. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Noctilucent Train Blur Traveler. Okay. Level 10 Earth Machine. 25/25. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per duel. The last time they made a once per duel effect, it was a pretty good one. You can discard this card, add 1 Train Connection or Revolving Switchyard from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Okay, Revolving Switchyard, I know. Revolving Switchyard is like a fine card. Is Train Connection new? No. None of these are called Train Connection. Okay, what is Train Connection? Train Connection must be equipped to an Earth Machine by banishing 2. Okay, I don't think this card is good. I don't think this card is very good. It's an equipped spell that makes it do piercing battle damage. And it can potentially do a lot of damage going second, but I doubt that's going to be the way. I think there's easier ways. Searching the field spell is okay, though. Searching the field spell is okay. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 other Earth Machine monster in your grave, special summon it, and this card. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except machines. Now, this card seems really good for me. You can use both effects in the same turn. Discard this card to add Revolving Switchyard from your deck or grave to your hand, and then later on, just for free, Reborn 2 from the graveyard. That's pretty strong. It does lock you into machines from the extra deck, which is good because it's a really powerful effect. But this is a really high quality card, I feel like. You know, it puts itself in the graveyard where it wants to be to get the other effect going. And the card that it searches, I believe Revolving Switchyard is like a decent card, but let me double check. But I'm pretty sure they used to even play that card in Earth Machines. I don't know if they play it anymore, but if a level 10 is normal or special, you can activate this effect. Your opponent takes no battle damage. You can special a level 4 Earth Machine with 18 or more from your deck, and if you do, it becomes level 10. Send 1 card from your hand to the grave to add a level 10 Earth Machine from your deck to your hand. Okay, yeah. It's a searcher. You have to decide which effect you use. You cannot use both, but like, that's pretty good. It's not the worst. Not the worst. Okay, this one's pretty good. This one's really good. And we have more rank 10 Gustav stuff. Okay, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Rocket. Rank 10 Earth Machine, 5000 attack. Needs 3 level 10s. Once per turn, you can also exceed summon it by discarding 1 card and using Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max you control. You can only use you can use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect and this card has material, quick effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that monster, then inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Once per turn during the end phase, detach 1 material from this card or destroy it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. A monster negate? That's basically... okay. So I was about to say this is like even a generically good card, because in any deck that makes 2 level 10s, you can just make Gustav Max and then overlay into this, so you get a monster negate for 2 level 10s. There is already Varudras, which is fair enough, you know. So I mean, it's worth noting this is 5000 attack, which is bigger than Varudras. But for the most part, in a generic level 10 deck, I think you would rather make Varudras. But in this deck, you know, there are cards that are pretty good that are locking you into machines, so you cannot make Varudras. So for this deck, this card is definitely a really good option. Also, you can use the effect of the Gustav Max. So you are getting, on the way towards this card, you are getting 2000 burn damage, right? So you're getting 2000 burn damage, and then if you're able to connect with this card, you put your opponent down to 1000 life points, which basically means if you negate anything with this, you win the game, right? So on an open board, 1 Gustav Max can basically win you the game, or at the very least, put your opponent into a very, very awkward position, right? Because 2000 burn damage, 5000 attack, 1000 life points left, and then they can't activate monster effects anymore or they die, right? So yeah, that's pretty sick. There's also a train that when it's detached from an exceeds, it pops a card. Yes, that also, yeah. But this effect you don't have to detach, right? Okay, there's more. We have Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Flying Launcher, 2 level 10 monsters. You can only use the first and third effect once per turn. If this card is exceed summoned, you can add an Earth Machine monster or Barrage Blast from your deck to your hand. I think Barrage Blast is the continuous trap that like you can play in Zodiacs, where you like detach from a machine monster and pop a card. I think they used to play it in Zodiac, and they made like a Vespanado with a bunch of materials, and then during your main phase, you can normal summon a machine monster in addition to your normal summoner set. You can detach any number of materials from this card, then target that many spell traps on the field, destroy them. This also seems like a pretty solid card to me. I mean, it does basically everything you want an extra deck monster to do. It's big. It searches on summon. It extends by giving you another normal summon, and it has an effect that impacts the board. The only thing that it doesn't do, I guess, is it doesn't interrupt the opponent. It's not an end board piece. But for anything, like, for all the other things, it basically checks all the boxes. It's a pretty decent card, I think. And then we have a spell card, which is Exceptional Schedule, normal spell card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Add a special schedule or urgent schedule from your deck to your hand. Then you can special summon a schedule token to your opponent's field. Oh, okay. This is big because urgent schedule is a very, very broken card, but it needs the opponent to have a monster. So urgent schedule is if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special a level 4 or lower, and a level 5 or higher Earth Machine from your deck in defense position, but negate their effects. You cannot declare attacks the turn you activate it, except machines. If this set card is sent, blah, 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 blah. It's just like emergency teleport for 2 monsters. Their effects are negated, but I think for the most part, it doesn't matter. So that's pretty sick. Okay. What is special schedule? Special schedule. Target a machine monster in your grave with 3000 or more attack. Special summon at target and defense. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can target a level 10 machine in your grave, add that target to your hand. You can only activate one special schedule in your hand. Does this second effect... Oh, if this set card is sent from the field to the grave. Okay, I misread that. Okay, not as exciting. Definitely not as exciting. So this card fixes a problem, I believe, for Earth Machine, which was that I think, at least from an outside perspective, as someone... I mean, I've played the Earth Machine deck in the past. I'm like a little bit, but not a whole lot. I wouldn't consider myself like a huge Earth Machine connoisseur or whatever, but I'm like familiar with what it does. And I believe one of the core problems of the deck was that it was usually built as a blind second deck to get access to Urgent Schedule, because the card is really, really good. And also because it was kind of like lacking an end board when it was going first, right? For the most part, it was just trying to generate some resources and just make a board where you don't die and you have a bunch of cards in hand, right? And with this new card, I guess you could make it work both ways. Like, you can just play in your main deck, you can play 3 copies of Exceptional Schedule and 1 copy of Urgent Schedule, so that when you go first, you can search it and activate it. But then you can like side in extra copies of Urgent Schedule for when you're going second. So it opens up a version of the deck that can more comfortably main deck Urgent Schedule, but still choose going first. And you do get at least 1 new endboard piece here, right? This is a 5,000 attack monster negate, which, I mean, is more than what they were doing beforehand. So I guess that's okay. You have Regulus as well, you know? Okay. All things considered, I think this is pretty decent Earth Machine support. I mean, Earth Machine is like already not the worst deck, while obviously not being a meta deck. So what I would say is this will probably still not make it meta, unfortunately, like not tier 1 level good, because these cards are decent, but they're not like broken enough to make me say like, oh yeah, Earth Machine definitely best deck after this, you know? There needed to be more than that. But I do think if you're a fan of the Earth Machine deck, this is definitely stuff that, you know, makes you want to try the deck again. And maybe we will go back to like there was a time where Earth Machine was like a reasonable rogue deck to expect at a tournament. I could see it being that again with these kind of cards, right? I could see people bringing the deck again to some regionals and doing well with it potentially. I'm a fan of that. I mean, I do think Earth Machine is a pretty cool deck overall, so I'm happy it's getting some love. Spell cards. Oh, it has a second effect. You can banish this card from your grave, target a level 10 Earth Machine in your grave or banishment, send the card you control to the grave, and if you do, special summon that monster. Oh, okay. And you can use both effects in the same turn. Okay, even better. I was kind of caught up on the first effect. Yeah, my bad. Thank you. Banish this card from your grave, target a level 10 Earth Machine in your grave or banishment, send the card you control to the grave, and if you do, special summon that monster. Yeah, that's good. That's also a decent way to extend later if you want to.